Hi guys, it's Shishka Barber 1 coming right back at you with another Boom Beach video. Wow, okay, we're back. We're talking about warships. There is so much I've got to catch you up on. There's a reason you haven't seen my videos for the last 2 days. One of my comments in my previous video, one of my commenters, I think it was Yalik, said something about it only took Shishk 48 hours to break the game. Well, guess what happened in the following 24? Yeah, so we kept going down that road of bugs, like, because there were some bugs in the warships and we were trying to find stuff out. And you guys have probably heard about a chest glitch and stuff. Yeah, we knew about it. And in Ship of a Plan, you know, my task force, we're like trying to be the premier task force for English speakers. We're going to figure that stuff out. And actually we did. Let me just, it's a lot to talk about. Let me show you my warship. First of all, this is one of the reasons why I couldn't make videos. Here's my warship. All right. See that? It's still sticking with the 2 engine rooms, guys, but oh my gosh, I got a lot of freaking defenses. And you see up here by my name, see how many upgrade tokens I still have? Yeah, we've gone all the way through the tech tree. We have opened the 6th engine room. And I think I was going for GBE, but now things have changed. Here's the deal. Let me tell you what happened. So our guys, they're at the top, you know, they're at the top of the global leaderboard competing on a fair basis. And then, well, at least initially, this gets very subjective about the word fair and cheating and all that as we go forward, but I'm just going to lay it out there, all right? Before bugs were happening that caused the chest glitch, we noticed something. We noticed some of the guys that were getting ahead of our guys had higher tech level. What's tech level, you ask? It's this junk right up here at the top, tech level. It measures the potential of your warship. Ultimately, anytime, well, it tells you. Let's just read it. Increase tech level by unlocking and upgrading items from the tech tree. Expanding your warship requires a certain tech level. So here's the deal. Basically, the addition of your upgrade, unlock tokens and upgrade keys, that is measured in your tech level. That's how much has been spent on your ship. And then I've got a certain amount of keys and a certain amount of tokens, right? So here's the deal. They were looking at the ships and they were figuring out the tech level that was on those ships. Those tech levels were mathematically impossible to achieve, but they were just a little bit higher. Nothing had gotten crazy at that point. But that started all of us together to kind of sleuth and figure out what the heck was going on. Not going to tell you exactly how that worked, but it did. We figured it out. And we figured it out more than the people that were doing it. The people that were doing it didn't really understand it. We kind of figured out more how it worked. I was actually about to make a video on that, but I knew this information was really big, so I passed all of that along to Rick C. And needless to say, they were shocked. They didn't know about it, and I understood then I couldn't go public with that because, I mean, it's potentially game-breaking, at least while the exploit was active, okay? But now I believe it's been fixed, so now I can tell you about it a bit. I'm not going to tell you exactly how it worked, though that's not the point of this video. But basically, I'll just tell you there was a way to get as many star chests as you want. Okay, there it is. There was a way to get as many star chests as you want. There are people that got way more than me, guys. I was super, super busy dealing with all of these issues. There have been some other issues that have come up too that we've been helping Supercell with. Basically, my task force has been working hand in hand with Supercell to identify and even in some cases maybe try to eliminate some of these glitches and bugs and hacks. There have been hacks happening, okay? Now, I'm not going to tell you who's been hacking the game, all right? It's not for me. I'm not going to guess. But there have definitely been multiple different attacks, hacking attacks made on warships. I'll tell you that. And this really has not helped it because not only have they been trying to put out some of the bugs that were in there, I mean, we all know there's going to be some bugs, guys. They've also been having to put up with a fierce attack from hacking. And I'll tell you how you know, well, the hack has only come in one flavor so far that I know of. And that's where basically all engine rooms get destroyed with 0 seconds lost. So you can't beat that hack. Like they destroy all engine rooms in 0 seconds and then there's no replay. So there's been a lot of junk going on. And because it's funny because the chest thing, the infinite chests glitch sort of, that happened before the hacking really got prevalent. So you would have expected to see max level warships at the top of the leaderboard, but they weren't. There were warships up there that were kind of like mine, close to max, like maybe 6 engine room, but they weren't max. and they were on the top of the leaderboard. So there was only one way, and then our guys were running into that all the time. So just when you're going around there and accusing certain people, like let's say Danny Boy, of hacking and cheating, again, this is arbitrary, but I want to let you know that we've all been working together with Supercell to share the information we've had, and we've been doing this for the betterment of the game. So you're welcome, all right? That's all I'm going to say about that. Now, here we are. I can talk about that a little bit at least. Well, I did, so here it is. I'm not going to sit back and wait anymore. I love you guys too much, and I love this channel too much to just sit here and not talk about it. So if you saw me going around saying hashtag SOS, that's what this was all about, all right? I just couldn't talk for the sake of the game because I didn't want more people to figure out how to do it. Not because I wanted a competitive advantage, because I didn't want the game to be ruined, all right, guys? That's what it was. Anyway, though, the problem is, let's go back to the leaderboard. We've just got people that are way over leveled than they should be. Let's take a look at this guy's ship. Takes a second. Like, this is something that should have been impossible. Like, this is not per the design of Warships. You remember when Rick told us guys that you can't max out a tech tree or whatever? I guarantee you this guy maxed out his tech tree. So all this stuff is max. Everything. Rocket launchers cost millions and millions of upgrade tokens. No problem. And then you got a lot of people in between, like myself. Honestly, we'll see how far it goes. I'm going to spend some of these tokens live with you tonight. But I was really busy doing other stuff. I was not sitting there working the chest glitch as much as other people. That's a fact. But I still did it quite a bit, and I was able to combine it with the strategy I told you guys in the first video about not placing engine rooms. And that made my job a lot easier. How much easier? Let me show you. Let me show you how my attacks went. Let's just jump into one right now. I should still be matched with a 2-engine room warship, I hope. Yeah, there's my loadout. You know, we can actually go, my favorite loadout is actually all medics and Kavan. This is actually my favorite loadout. Here we go. So, here's how a typical attack works. Please be 2 engine rooms. Yes, it is. So this guy is playing the game the right way. He's got 20,000 health on that engine room and 20,000 on this one. All I need to do, guys, is launch 1 barrage and 2 artillery on each, and it's dead. I can usually do this in 3 seconds flat. Here we go. High level gameplay. Let's get Kavan, all the medics out. Oh, slow on the medics. Drop some critters, shock, and yeah, there you go. Boom. Think he's going to beat me? I don't. I don't think he's going to beat me. Yeah, it really stinks, guys. I'm not that type of player, but this was testing, all right? We're going to drop engine rooms tonight, and we're gonna make this a real warship. But, yeah, there were definitely some problems here in the game. And the idea, and I want to, this brings up another point. I actually got several points to cover. The way this worked, because in a sense, I'm not going to give you all the details, but, you know, you can only hold up to 4 star chests, all right? And so basically we were able to just increment that. Like once we got to 0, we were able to get it up to 4. But you still have to get wins, okay? So to do that, you have to lose. And because the reason why is you need to lose a bunch of matches. Like I was floating around between, right, well you can see, between rank 14 and then all the way down to 11. The idea here is maximizing win streaks, guys. Because after you get 3 wins, I believe, you're on a win streak. And then at that point, every win counts as 2 stars, which means it's more efficient, which means you can actually gain more stars more quickly by dropping a bunch of rank and then moving back up. Now, that was used as part of the exploit, if you will, when infinite star chests were available. Now, this thing, though, about win streaks giving 2 stars, I think it just needs to end, period. Because it does incentivize losing, and it takes away the incentive of winning. Furthermore, this gets a little mathy, but I know this is correct. Like, it adds stars into the pool of all the stars in the higher bracket. Now, what I mean by it is this. Like, I believe it's rank 11, maybe it's 10, I forget. The game's still new, but one of these ranks, whichever rank it is, where you start to lose trophies, at that point, there should be no more generation of rank or stars. Stars is this thing here. Everyone's earning stars, which gives you rank, right? There should be no more new stars generated, okay? The only new... So all the people that are above rank 11, they make a pool of players, okay? And all of those players have a certain amount of stars. Now, the only way to really bring stars into that pool is players that are around 11 or 10, wherever the heck it is, and they get knocked back down here. Then they're making fresh stars, and then they come back up and they bring it into the bottom of the pool. And then slowly stars trickle from the bottom up to the top. Okay, that's the way most of these tournament systems designs work. That's the way it works in Clash Royale, and it's worked really well that way for a long time. However, when you start adding artificial stars inside of the ranks, what it does is it increases the total star pool available, and what it means is it makes the game more grindy because you have to achieve a higher level of stars in order to win. Okay, now I'm not saying you should like not have to play to win, but what I'm saying is it makes it more of a grind and less of a competition. It leans it more into the way of who can play the most as opposed to who's the best. And the point of Warships, as Rick told us, was to figure out who's the best. Okay, so I don't think having 2 stars coming from your win streak is in line with that idea. Let's put it that way. Because ultimately we need to encourage winning, and to encourage winning, you might also think about, where the heck is it? You might also think about maybe somehow making win percentage more important, because all things being equal, if you have equal matchmaking, then win percentage should be a pretty good indication of who's the best, okay? Not even rank. But with the way it's designed right now, and like I told you from the first video, wins don't matter. That's why I never cared. I mean, what's my win percentage? Probably in the 40s or something, right? But I never cared, okay? So that's the thing, because I realized there was no point of caring, okay? I realized that early on. Yeah, 45%. Okay, so shish kebab sucks. No, I was never trying to win. In fact, I still have 2 engine rooms, right? I was testing it. I was experimenting. And you've seen what those battles can do. Yeah. So the other big point I want to make about Warships, I guess we'll just jump into another battle. They're just not that entertaining at this level. They might be for you, but I've done this a lot of times. The other thing about Warships is that people are getting stuck, okay? And this is something that's a little bit hard to work out of the data right now, but I think you're going to see it more now that this chest glitch is over, I believe. But yeah, so they're getting stuck, and that's kind of frustrating. And because it takes a while to get your star chest, you only get one every 8 hours, you can really get into a rut, and it can really feel frustrating and not fun. I don't really have a solution to that yet, but I'd certainly see an issue there, because I've had many players approach me with getting stuck, and part of that gets into the penalizing nature of the tech tree. Just if you make a mistake, it's really hard to revert from that. But then even if you don't, like, it's just natural. Like, you're just going to hit a spot where people have more tech level than you, or more skill, or something's different. And it just becomes a grind, and it becomes like a barrier or a wall that's hard to get through. This happens to everybody. I mean, good players everyone they're running into walls. I haven't yet, because I haven't really pushed properly yet. We're going to start doing that, though. Yeah, we'll go ahead and take that star chest. Thank you. I've seen this screen before. Sorry, guys. But believe me, it was all done for the benefit of the game. My intentions were, I'm not going to say, we're just, knights in shining armor here while we're doing all this testing. Okay, of course, some of it goes beyond testing, but that's also just part of being competitive. You got to keep up with what the other players are doing, and that also, gave our players the ability to see what was going on at the top. So look at it as you want. That's just what happened. Okay, I know it's a little bit dirty. It's part of the reason I was dark for the last couple days. Yeah, let's just go ahead and drop some more stuff down. I mean, if I was really nice, I'd be dropping engine rooms down for these guys. But I just like to do that. I like to BART out those bases. Let's BART out another one. I won't even put any more junk on my ship. I don't need to. And I really taunt them with this. It's like, come get my engine rooms, but they can't. And these shock blasters are just there to act as a deterrent. Most players don't even realize there's a ramp back here. Most players just drop right up front. They're new. They're new to the game, and they just don't get it all. And it's just sad that they might run into a player like me. I'm not here to troll them or grief. I'm here to move forward. Like, I'm not going to be going backwards in trophies, guys. I'm just showing you what was going on, all right? I got to go forward, so, this has to happen, okay? So, who are we going to find? If it's a 3-engine room, I might be caught off guard here. Whoa, gosh. 4-engine room. So maybe they've also fixed the matchmaking too. I haven't played it much today, but you did see the first 2 opponents were only having 2 engine rooms. Now he's going to actually beat my base. Let's just go ahead and retreat because he will beat me. There's no way I can beat him faster than he's going to beat me because I don't have a proper defense set up yet. Let's just go ahead and see what he does though. Yeah, he does the smart thing and he comes right up that side of the ramp. So I got to work on actually setting up proper defense now, guys. But I wanted to get this video out. I think I've hit at least some of the points I wanted to touch on tonight. Oh, there's one more. There's one more I do want to touch on. It's not a big deal, just like a quality of life issue thing. And by the way, guys, don't be too angry with Supercell. I'm just going to tell you that like myself, because I've been working with them. I know you have a lot of reason to be angry, and you're right. Okay, but the thing is, they're really truly working hard to get it, and you can see the progress every day. The only reason I'm maybe not more harsh, if you will, is because of how freaking awesome Warships truly is. Like I see what this is. If you get rid of the bugs, if you get rid of just all the kind of the bad stuff that's happened here at the first, then I see the product and it is beautiful. They did a great job. They hit it out of the park. I'm so proud of them. I'm so happy for them. And it also makes me so sad that they're going through all these issues, but that's part of the reason we were working so closely with them. Which leads me to one other point too. Yeah, actually, it's kind of a big one. I really want them to reset it. They need to reset the season because I just don't see any good data coming from it. They might be able to get some. They might be able to understand metas. I think they will understand people getting stuck, like I'm just telling you about. I think that will be able to come out in the data no matter what. But the matchups, the composition, the way the progress through the leaderboards are going to be working and everything, all that's just messed up, like completely. So in my mind, it really just needs to be completely reset. Just fresh slate. Just start over season 1, make it a 28-day season or something, and let us go. Or take Warships away, give us Crab while you tweak a few more things, try to patch up some of those back doors that might be being used for those hacks, and then put Warships back out after Crab or something like that. That's just my suggestion. I don't know all the variables and parameters. If I had to bet, though, guys, there won't be a reset simply because I don't think a lot of people realize what's going on. And it's not my intent to like spread the word and tell everyone what's going on, but for my viewers, I'm absolutely going to tell you guys what's going on. So I think the idea is that if they do reset it, I mean, I guess at that point it's almost like admitting that something bad happened, and then everyone's going to kind of like maybe take a bad reaction to it, and that's just not good for the image. And I totally get that because the image is important too. Like it's sad, but it is. I mean, because they need to make money, things need to be favorable. I know they have to be getting more users all the time because we're getting tons of new viewers on the streams that OP does, and even on my videos. So I know this is big, and I know they've done a good job with that. And I know they don't want to jeopardize that. And by resetting it probably puts that into more jeopardy than just letting it roll. But that kind of sucks too because I don't know. Just have fun this season, okay, guys? Don't try to push, is my point. And don't get frustrated. Just have fun. I think that's the best way to look at it. And just try to learn and get prepared for the next season. Now, there's one other issue about the reset that I would like them to address as well, or assuming that they don't reset it. See, one of the problems also is that, remember they said that your position on the tech tree in the next season will be determined based on where you ended up in the first season. Well, because there were a lot of exploits and hacking going on during this first season, it's just not fair, and it brings that unfairness into the second season as well. Maybe if they take the non-reset option, maybe we can just start off again at 0 in season 2. I would appreciate that at the very least because at least that ensures fair play going forward, and it doesn't take time to trickle out. That's just my 2 cents. I don't know everything, and we'll see what happens. Anyway, I don't really have any proper defenses. Let's just jump into another attack, though. Got to show you guys one more of these things. They're so much fun. Well, they kind of were. They're kind of old now. 2 seconds is my record, by the way. My fastest kill has been 2 seconds. And so clearly the game was never designed to be played this way. But frankly, you could play it this way still with my strategy that I showed you in my last video. It would just take longer to get the upgrade tokens to do it. But you could absolutely play it this way still. So there need to be some modifications to ensure that you cannot play the game this way. Because this is just, this is no skill, guys. Boom, I win. No skill. That's a shish kebab meta. You want to know the best way to play the game? You just saw it, okay? There it is. I'm not going to tell you anything less. So, yeah, and you can just sit there and just bounce back and forth and farm your star chest. You can just wait for it. See, the thing is, like, You do get more. Oops, still not used to where everything is. It's not what I wanted. Come on, close, close. Leaderboard's a little slow. There we go. Oh yeah, and this animation. Another point. I'm tired of seeing it. Like, it's a beautiful animation, but I don't want to see it after every freaking battle. I don't want to have to hit X every time. Whoops, 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 whoops. It's a quality of life issue, guys. And I hope there was nothing bad in that chat. Damn it, I'm gonna have to go back and look at that. I'll probably have to edit that in the video. Anyway, excuse me. I'll edit that too. No, I won't. But I will edit the other part. Anyway, what the heck was I saying? Yeah, no, I was looking for, I remember what it was. See, I just got all messed up now. Sorry, guys. The interface is still new, and the global leaderboard is slow. What I was trying to look for was this. And what I wanted to say was that the different chest rewards you get, like, it doesn't really tell you. Okay, you get 175,000 in the gold tier. You get, what, 35 unlock tokens, 175 upgrade. You get 30 and 160. So you're losing 5 unlock keys, and what was that, 15,000 unlock tokens per star chest, depending on which tier you're in. You know, if you hang out for a few days at a lower tier and just make it easy and bounce back and forth, I still see that as a viable strategy. Maybe not for global number 1, but for your average player, I still see that as a very viable strategy to approach warships. And I think it's counter to the idea of warships, because we should be encouraging winning and not losing. Anyway, I already went over that. But the point is part of that also has to do with the fact that the reward amounts aren't very drastic in the chests. So that's some other stuff they can probably look at too. Overall, I think the pacing of this needs to probably be throttled up a bit because of all the people getting stuck, but we'll see how that pans out, guys, going forward. And yeah, I guess that's about it. Like, my next video, I'm actually going to have a proper ship. We're gonna upgrade more stuff, and I will show you my tech tree a little bit, I guess, just because I'm sure you're probably curious. I showed it, but only briefly. And then we can get into more just strategy and meta talk, things like that. And things are settling down a bit too, so it's a little bit easier for me to make a video on what's good and what's not, because we have a more stable environment now. So I'm just starting to get a clearer picture of where things are. So stay tuned, guys, and I think we'll wrap it up right there. So I hope you guys have a super fantastic, awesome rest of your day. And remember, like always, be kind to others, because if you're not, you're just being mean, and mean people suck. Have a great day. No. I'm still here. I remember. Forgot to look at the darn tech tree. I took my light away. Well, whatever. I'm bluer in the face now. Yeah, so here's what I got upgraded, guys. We'll go through it one by one. You know, landing craft, max, gunboat, max. All that stuff is good. You know, the meta, I still believe, you know, get machine guns going first. A lot of this information's old because you guys are way beyond this. Machine guns are great. You're going to need to get artillery maxed at some point. And so I went ahead and did it. Like, I've maxed a bunch of the junk out down here. I didn't know which troop combination to use, and I guess I can say real quickly there are 2 kind of emerging metas at the top right now. Everything's in shift, but you've got Kavan with Second Wind and Rifle Medic, or even RZCM, but that's not a real troop combo. The only reason people are able to use RZCM is because of all the free resources that were given. I don't think RZCM is a real troop combo, because it just means investment in too many troops, and you just really want to minimize the amount of tokens, unlock keys and tokens that you're using for troops, and you really want to put more of that in defense. That's the meta strategy to warships. So any troop combo that has too many letters in it probably isn't good, and that would include RZCM, because that's just too many unlocks and upgrades. But right now it is, okay? This is kind of what I meant by the season doesn't really pan out properly. So I was going to start with the rifle medic approach and unlock Kavan, but I kind of got into a rut earlier before all this craziness happened. And then I started going HZ. And these are the 2 metas, in fact. At the top is the Kavan rifle medic with Second Wind, or HZ with brick battle orders. And I'm leaning more towards the HZ camp right now because it's faster. But I still don't know how it performs at the top. We'll get there soon, and I'll let you know from personal experience. I can just tell you what I hear from the other great guys that we're sailing the 7 seas with. Speaking of great guys, BBD joined Ship with a Plan today as well, so big shout out to you, sir. But yeah, you can just see what I've gone through. Like, I didn't touch Warriors. Told you guys I wasn't touching that. But I did touch a lot of other stuff. Unlocked Kavan. You know, unlock shocks, rockets. Rockets get really expensive, guys. They start to get really expensive really fast, so be careful and plan your upgrades accordingly. Medics, guys, they're not really that great to upgrade. I think you get more bang for your buck upgrading other stuff. But if you're running combos like RM, you might want to consider it. But like later, I mean, much later. Like just unlock them and don't touch them. That's what I'm getting at. Now here you see I've already maxed brick, which incidentally, guys, means we can do some cluster grenade testing. And yeah, this is the other point I wanted to make. So many points I want to make. I really, really, really wish they would put the hero perk here because you can't see it. Actually, you can. Okay, yep, I just figured it out. Well, you have to go here to see it. But seeing hero perks is really important. And I think, let's see, especially if those perks change with upgrade. And I know, for instance, Kavan's does. But you can't really see that, right? You can't see how much of his perk changes because this galvanizing presence is really important. One of the reasons Kavan is great, guys. When he heals somebody, they take less damage, all right? Well, that also moves up with upgrading them. But you can't see it. You can't see how much that improves. So that needs to get on there as well, please. And I'm not like bashing, I'm just giving you guys constructive points of what I'd like to see changed going forward. That is the point of the season, right? So yeah, getting the hero perks on there would be great. And also, I know there's some work right now going on some forums to try to explain how many upgrade tokens and unlock keys it takes to get all this junk. But it would be nice if that information was somehow just more accessible in the game, because so much of this game comes down to planning on how you're supposed to move through the tech tree. And when you don't have that information available, like, I mean, I see that, okay, this gunboat energy costs 120 keys to unlock, great. But how many upgrade tokens is it after that? Inquiring minds would like to know. So I think if we had that kind of information more accessible in the game, even though I know there's work going on in the community to compile a database, it needs to be in the game so players can do their strategizing just directly into the game and not having to use some other app to figure stuff out on their own, you know? Yeah, so that's my trip through the tech tree, and we'll just throw this on to the end of the video, and I'll give you a second closing. As always, guys, remember, be kind to others, because if you're not, you're just being mean, and mean people suck. Have a great day.